Nearly 60 million Americans have been affected by identity theft. That's 1 in every 5 people. Has it happened to you? To someone you know? It's not a question of if, it's only a matter of when.
I've heard of identity theft before, but for me, I thought it was always something that fell into line with people that were doing shady things. I never thought it would be falling into line with just the common person, just doing regular things.
I had a roommate who stole my social security number and my driver's license number, and I was unaware of it. About 10 years later, a couple of police officers showed up at my door. I got arrested that day. I had to spend 3 nights in jail because of whatever it is that she had done.
I just remember shaking my head, going home, and really becoming at that point overwhelmed. What is next? What do I do next? How do I resolve this? Where do I go?
Have we reached our limit? Are we at a point where identity theft just can't get any worse? I don't think we're even close.
Think you aren't at risk? Think again. Identity thieves do not discriminate, and they are becoming more and more sophisticated when it comes to stealing your information. Everyone is a target, even children. In fact, 1.3 million children's records are stolen every year.
One of the blooming ways of gaining access to fresh individuals that haven't yet been compromised is to steal the credentials of infants, newborns, so that you can, as a thief, run up charges against an individual long before they ever go to apply for credit on their own. As a parent, it's incredibly important to protect that child's privacy.
Identity thieves are patient, and they'll wait until the time is right to take advantage of a weakness when it comes to your personal data.
I received a letter from the IRS. The letter told me that my social security number had been used for a job applicant. And I was shocked. I had heard of ID theft before, and I just thought, this is a fake letter. Okay, this can't be real from the IRS. In 2012, the state of South Carolina, where I live, all of the tax returns in the entire state, all the social security numbers were compromised. The governor of South Carolina at the time said, we're going to give you protection. And so we would get a report about every 3 months that said nothing's happened on your credit, nothing's happened on your credit. And so I was feeling, pretty confident about it. The coverage lasts for 6 years. I got my letter from the IRS on year 7. On year 7. Whoever took those numbers, this is my piece of the puzzle, has sat on them to the point that now they are out there.
You can run the gamut to the very complex, right? The folks who are cyber criminals who find weaknesses in companies' databases and they commit data breaches. People are accessing those type of information. So it's got normally your name, your address, your email address, your cell phone number, and they use that to assist them in making calls to potential victims.
And identity thieves are clever. A key contributing factor is the growing trend of data breaches. Over 50% of consumers have experienced a data breach. In 2018 alone, more than 446 million records were exposed. That's an average of over 1.2 million records exposed daily, with credit cards and social security numbers being a top target for identity thieves.
I was getting 2 calls a day for 2 weeks straight from this number, and I'm thinking it's just a telemarketer. But I finally picked it up, and when I picked it up, they said, this is the Social Security Department. You're on a recorded line with the Better Business Bureau. And they started off by basically identifying me as a person. And they said, you live on this street at this address in this state. And the fact that they said that, all these things that they knew about me just grabbed my attention. And it made me think, okay, so this is the Social Security Department, or whatever department they're claiming to be. The fact that they know where we live, they even knew that I had a family. That's extremely violating to me, and you feel very, like someone's watching you to some degree.
One of the burgeoning crimes that we're seeing now is there are people who may not have medical insurance, but they have a medical condition. So oftentimes they will look to steal an identity, go to a doctor, go to a hospital, have medical procedures done, and they're doing that all in the name of the victim. The implications are extremely scary.
I was a victim of identity theft several years ago when I went to apply for a car loan at the local dealership in New York City. Our loan was refused and we were turned down. It was one of those shocking things because I knew I had good credit. And what was very disturbing was someone had used my identity, my social security number, to create their own identity. And we were left in awe, sitting at the dealership, wondering how could this happen to us? We were in absolute disbelief. I was declared deceased. I had to prove that I was well and alive. So I had to do a lot of work in order to determine and declare that I was alive. I needed to go to the doctor. I needed to get statements certified. And we were getting overwhelmed. We were feeling like this had a rabbit hole effect, that we were not going to be able to resolve this as swiftly and as economically as we had hoped.
Your identity equals money for thieves, and it's up to you to protect it. But you don't have to fight the battle alone. IDSeal can help you. IDSeal is backed by cutting-edge technology and experts with decades of cybersecurity experience. These experts at IDSeal have one mission: protecting what's yours, your identity. We do this by educating, empowering, and protecting consumers to minimize their chances of becoming victims. IDSeal was founded on the principle of helping people just like you. Your identity is your life. IDSeal provides peace of mind for you and your family. At IDSeal, we pride ourselves on knowing everything there is to know about cybersecurity, helping to ensure we are always one step ahead of the bad guys. We combine that knowledge with the most thorough and innovative technology currently available in the industry. Our surveillance eye goes to the depths of the dark web. It monitors everything from social security numbers to medical IDs, social media accounts, and more. If IDSeal detects that someone has attempted to steal your identity, you will be notified immediately so that you can react quickly. Our identity care specialists are available 24/7 and will work to help resolve the issue so that you can have peace of mind. With IDSeal, you get identity fraud expense reimbursement insurance coverage up to $1 million, and we provide reimbursement to you with a $0 deductible for any incurred expenses as part of your identity theft recovery.
So we've become a very public nation, right, and public world as far as how it comes to social media. It's just the implications of laying all of our personal lives, all of our personal information out there for the entire world to see. Criminals want that. They want to take advantage.
If I would have known how to protect myself from identity theft, I would have been able to avoid this whole situation.
This was one of those moments where, looking back, I would have welcomed having an identity theft protection program.
We have to have a service that can protect people, that people can feel safe. I don't feel safe.
There's a new victim every 2 seconds. That means that while you were watching this, at least 600 people may have had their identity stolen. Don't wait until it's too late. Put your worry to rest and feel safe again with IDSeal's unparalleled protection that seals off your sensitive data from identity thieves. Give them nothing to steal with IDSeal.